This video is dedicated to armies, and we're going to make largest possible army possible. Maybe with a few exploits as well. Here we go. Here are the boys. Let's line them all up. So these are just all archers. When we hire mercenaries on top, we'll mix in some melee infantry as well. They are looking ready for battle. The largest possible battle in Manor Lords. So first of all, the maximum number of brigades, I'm going to call this, militia bands we could call it, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can never get more than 6. So for instance, we disband them all, make them all spears and pikes. Once again, we're still back to 6. You can never make any more, no matter how many settlements you get. You can increase the amount of retinues by building a large town in a different region. And as you can see here, for every garrison tower, you can increase your retinue size by 12. Let's do that. We can increase more, build more, get more retinues. And it's pretty easy to do too. All you need to do is go to a different region, the ones you've claimed. In this case, we could claim this one and build the settlement. But for now, we're going to claim a region that the EI has occupied, this lord. Archers, lots of archers, and then hire mercs on top. When you hire mercs on top, they allow you to go above your limit of 6 brigades. Hire this company, sign it. The Wayward Sons, carry on, boys. And here you go. We've got these 2 new brigades, 36 each, archers and melee infantry. And here they come, mercenaries. Their profession is a soldier, and they've arrived at my settlement. Be ashamed to pay for them and not take advantage of them, right? So to dig into some of the mechanics of how combat works, you can see here you've got like an effectiveness, and this can be gauged based on different factors. First one is coercion. This is just staying still for a longer duration and staying in formation, which overall increases the effectiveness of them in combat by 160%. Over 100%? How is that even possible? And we can spread them out here, and you can see the effectiveness has dropped. Stand shoulder to shoulder with your brothers. You are more effective in combat. This is good for missile attacks because it means you'll take less damage overall. Get them back together. You can also activate to shoot on will. You hover over them, it shows the actual range. Can you see that circle? That shows the range of the archers. Just little things here, little attention to details that are really cool. And then you've got your stance. Either go balance, defense, which doubles your defense, or push forward, meaning you go full attack. And there's also this one, missile alert, which just means look up, and then you'll take less damage overall from missiles, but you will take extra damage from ground assaults. I suppose this one's a sneaky one too. Give ground. It makes me feel like Hannibal. Actively lure the enemy towards an ambush. So to actively lose ground to let the enemy push you back. And then there's running, which of course reduces your stamina, which is the bottom bar. See that lightning bolt? And the top one is morale. And when morale falls to 0, the formation will break. And of course there's also hold. Hold! Alright, let's actively start some trouble. So we're going to select all of our levies and rally them here. When they rally, they do run to where they need to go. And as you can see how retinue here is running, and you can see it's losing stamina really quickly. In home region, giving a big bonus to morale and experience. But what you can also do with retinues, we'll disband it for now, is go into customize. Hire as many as you can, in this case 24. So they've got heavy plate armor. That's the reason why when they're running, they lose all their stamina straight away. By the way, if you don't know how I got to this point with this game, there is a video dedicated to making your first settlement, and you can click it in the top left here. That video focuses more on building and city planning and getting your resources together, where this is going to focus on combat. So a bit like Total War, you can select them on the overall map, and you can see they're represented by this icon. And what I'm going to do is get them all in position, and now they've all been rallied. And now I'm going to actively move to this region because this is the region I'm going to contest. So what we'll do is move to this open area. This looks like a good area for a battle, right? So I'll move them actively here. Have a little close look on them as they move. And they're running, so I'm going to tell them not to run because I want to maintain the stamina. So therefore, when the enemy engage us, they're going to have to run to engage us, and their stamina is going to be a little bit lower, so our effectiveness in battle will be higher. Okay, they've arrived on the battlefield. So this yellow region is owned by this lord. And what we're going to do with this lord, we're going to claim this region by using our influence points. And now they can choose to lose this land if they want to, or they can contest it, which will result in a battle that will happen for this region. There we go. Enemies have been declared, and now we have a battle in this region. Oh, and they're arriving from the north. Okay, so let's get into position. So what we can use is control group. So if we hold shift and left click on each of them, and then control and 1, now if we press 1, we'll select only those ones. Just realize every single one of my troops is an archer apart from my retinue. And then we'll have like a really thin line of retinue on the center. And then select all the boys. We're going to press R. And then everyone's going to run into position now. And they're assembling on the battlefield. What I'm also going to do is select everyone and tell them to fire at will. So when they've got the option to shoot, they will just fire their arrows directly at the enemy. The battle begins. Ideally, what I want to do is aim all of my archers on one of their infantry formations. And I realized too that we probably need everyone packed together. So what I'm going to do is move you guys so they're all aligned up. That way they've got all the line of sight in one area and they can all fire all in one go. And then I'm going to actively choose them to aim at this infantry formation. And they're going to move forward, get into position. They're in range now. And fire! As you can see, as they land here, their effectiveness is dropping, their morale is dropping, and more likely they're going to take active casualties. This is an insane number of archers, though. The archers can fight in melee combat, but they're not as effective. So I'm going to use my retinue to engage now with his retinue. Select the retinue and engage with this retinue army. One thing we're also going to do is select our archers and say that friendly fire is okay. Now, they're not going to be reluctant to fire upon enemy armies that are engaged with your troops. But the downside is you will take casualties. Initially, we've broken them. The morale's falling now. The only things that are still fighting is the retinue in the center. Well, archer spam is a real strategy. However, I am taking some decent losses here. Look, half of this militia band has been lost. So I want to break these guys back and run back. Losing all these, remember, we're losing workers at home, so that's not really good. We're going to lose some productivity at home. And we'll go faster speed here. And the only thing that's still fighting right now is this archer band. We're actively trying to engage them, but as they're running away, they're taking archer fire. And my retinue are trying to pursue them. All right, once again, engage, move forward. And now we're literally going to have a skirmish battle now, archers versus archers. However, we outnumber about 5-1, so this is not going to look very good. And we're still firing at them. Oh, the slaughter. And are they just going to run away now? Yeah, they have. And the battle has been won. This region is now owned by us. And what we can do now is drop a settlement in this region. Pop settlement. The biggest settlement we can go for with the most amount of resources for security, upgrade. And you know the beginning of this game, right? You got to get your resources together. Granary, storehouse, get into the bandit camp. Word bandits. When we knock those out, we'll gain more influence. Right, the bandits have come out of their camp and now they're pursuing my archers. And this is going to be a battle in the woods. Oh, this looks so good. And my effectiveness is quite low because I've had them running. And they're going to approach me uphill too, so they're going to have an advantage here. And we're actively flying in the woods here. It doesn't seem to be any penalty because I'm fighting in the woods, but our coercion's still pretty high. The bandits aren't very well trained at all. And a lot of the time you can take them out pretty easily just with a bunch of arrows and archers, and you can see that their morale now is super low. Are they going to engage in time? Nope. They just touched our front line and then they broke away. I realize this region's a really good farming area too, so maybe I should build some wheat farms here. What we'll do is make 3 farms here and then we'll just rotate them. Crop rotation, wheat for the 3rd year, wheat for the 2nd year, and then wheat for the 1st. And they're all over 50% fertility, meaning the yields will be pretty good. The Wayward Sons have been paid, keeping these mercenaries actively in our service, subtracting from our treasury. It'd be nice if there were some more mercenaries available to me. So I have control of additional region, and I've built myself another garrison tower. I've expanded my retinues by a further 12. So hop into the army, click on retinue, customize, and we can hire ourselves additional 12. To top that off as well, we're also going to give them the big ass armor. Go from just measly guy in cloth and a little bit of chainmail to plate boyo. We'll do that for everyone else. Listen, if you're going to have a retinue, you're going to have a personal army, you might as well make it fully kitted out with all the best gear, right? Spot there's a bandit camp in the southwest here, so I'm going to use my mercs to intercept them and increase my influence by taking out the camp. And here they come, and initially, the minute they pop their heads out of the woods, they're bombarded with arrows. Can I watch the battle as it unfolds? Yes, I can. Directly on the battlefield. Not really much of a battle, really. They broke before they even engaged me. archers too strong. You do find that when the archers engage and they're in melee, they lose all of their benefits. But if I have so many archers and I'm okay with friendly fire, is it even a big deal? Probably not. Okay, enemy has been spotted, and we have a band of outlaws. So what I'm going to do is rally my entire army to this region. And to be honest with you, apart from the retinue, everyone else needs to get here pronto. Bandits have arrived and they're raiding my village and doing some insane damage. And I'm just going to fire arrows directly into my own village. Mercenary human rights abuses. Once again, outlaws, not very powerful. And we initially break them immediately. It wasn't even a fight, really. For the most part, they just broke immediately. Oh, that was anticlimactic. But they did do some damage to the north of my new village. Okay, so we only got rid of 2 bands of the outlaws. There is another 2 bands. Do you know what? I'm going to intercept them immediately and snipe them and take them out. And we're going to aim at them now and just completely obliterate them with arrows. Yeah, arrows seem to be a reoccurring thing here, aren't they? First band is broken. And once again, I'm totally okay with friendly fire. You guys shoot. And as you can see here, the archers are engaged in melee and they're nowhere near as effective as they would compared to engaging at range. Alrighty then. So we now have 2,000 influence again. So we can now claim another area. And I think I'm going to go for the center region. The correct way to do this is to rally all of your troops and then bring them all to the region first. Let them rest up, get their stamina back, and then when we engage them, we'll have that little bit of an extra stamina advantage. And being that I've got an army that's just archers, I'm kind of a little bit concerned if they do engage me really early with melee troops, they'll be able to defeat me. We'll see how this goes. Just research Rye, and the fertility is 100%. I think that might be broken. I can't wait to see the yield from this. 100% fertility. It's time. Waldbrand. Again. Claim. So we get to fight in winter, which is going to be interesting. And the gauntlet has been thrown. The battle begins. The enemy's army is to the south. I guess what we could is we could face them in this little choke point here. You know what? Actually, I've changed my mind. No, I actually want to be as far away as possible. I want them to blow all their stamina, get into me. So I'm going to line up here next to this abandoned building, wait for them to arrive, and they can see them approaching in the distance. The snow is melting and the battle has begun. And they're trying to go through the woods here. I don't like this. So I think what we're going to do is just realign our front line here and move to this position. Ooh, it's kind of smart though. The AI is flanking on the side here, shooting arrows through the woods. They're all lined up in a row here, so it's not going to look too good for them. Oh, and now we can see them in the distance. Same strategy as before. We slightly got high ground here. And what we'll do is do one row here, another row here, and at the side, we'll use the retinues to push into the front if need be. But as I mentioned before, fire at will and friendly fire are totally okay for my army. It's all a matter of brute force to hit them with as many arrows as possible. And once again, the outlaws are going to get absolutely sprinkled here on the western flank with arrows. Oh, the amount of effectiveness has gone completely beaten and bruised here. The minute they engage my archers, they're going to get hit with friendly fire, then break. 3 left, 2, and they're broken. All right, the retinues in the center. This is the main army, isn't it? Once again, they are absolutely sprinkled with damage. And I'm going to move my retinues now to the center and flank them around the back and push into them. But at the same time, there's 2 layers of archers here. So even when the first layer is engaged, we're going to be sprinkling them with arrows from the back. Now, retinues here, you can see them with the heavy armor. And I'm going to tell them to engage immediately and push them forward. You can see my guys are so much more heavier armor. They've all got plate armor with halberds and bills, bashing against them front line. Once again, I'm taking some damage on our front here. This archer brigade is getting absolutely pelted with my own arrows. But at the exact same time, I should take advantage of this moment, because this is the strongest force in the center breaking through, but they've still got another line to break through. And that is the entirety of their army. Their troops here have broken, so I'm going to engage them here and aim on them. And now we're engaging their main force of swordsmen, and one of them have broken. Okay. I guess too many arrows, I suppose. And then they've been broken too. And the army's intact. We lost one brigade of mercs and one brigade of our own archers, I believe. Oh, no, it was just the mercs. Okay. At the same time, they've got one brigade of archers now, and they're running away. And I think if they leave the region, we automatically win the battle. And that's it. They have lost the battle because they broke out and they've left. But surprisingly, though, our retinues are still going to engage, even though they've been running now and they've basically got no stamina left. Oh, we don't even have to engage them anymore now. We can't even select them to battle with them. That's good. Victory, and now the center is secured. And we'll drop another settlement just for the fact that we get more retinues. We want to see if we can get the biggest possible army, so why not, right? Pop it here. The biggest, most plentiful town. A battle, you say? Yeah, I think it's time. Claim the deep south. All right, the battle's begun, and they've engaged me immediately. I think I'm going to engage them immediately. We've got one brigade here, and is that it? Okay, there's more coming. Oh, they're all lined up. You know what? I'm going to be brute force this, and I'm going to initially engage all my archers immediately. I'm not going to mess around this time. They're approaching here on the battlefield, moving forward, and we're initially just going to engage them straight away. It looks like the swordsmen, these swords mercenary, are the strongest ones. They were the ones doing the most damage to me, so I'm going to line them all up in a big row. Engage with my retinues. And before they can even get into position, I'm going to hit them with my retinues. I don't even care about friendly fire. Another day, right? Another day, friendly fire. No problems. Oh, and they're running in now. Smash into my front line. It's a big retinue, 48 troops. And top it off now, I'm going to pelt them with as many arrows I've got. And the first one's broken already. A volley of arrows off on them here. Oh, look. You can see the stamina's broken in half. And the morale is absolutely devastated. Meanwhile, on the western flank here, we're engaging. And once again, the retinues, 48 of them still completely intact, with good stamina and good experience, bashing against the front line. Meanwhile, our archers are fighting their retinues on the right flank. A lot of them aren't even engaged. Right, western flank is completely broken. Tell everyone else to engage. I think this battle is pretty much over now. Yep, and I don't care about friendly fire. Collateral damage, that's what I call it. Any other brigades? I realized one of my brigades held back and not even doing anything. Oh, it looks like they were still assembling. And is that it? We're waiting. Oh, it says the battle is happening here. Okay, so I have to go to that location, I guess. And holding this location indicates that I am participating in the battle. That's probably where their troops are then. All right, we're on the battlefield now, and it says that we're winning. So I'm just going to sit and camp here, and it looks like I have to wait 74 days, and then I automatically win because I'm holding this region. Oh, so they're reinforcing with some more swordsmen. Oh, it's a full army? Oh. Oh, okay, well, guess you got to come back, lads, because we need a part 2. So the battle has begun. I thought we were already having a battle. I guess it's battle part 2. Let's try something a bit different. So let's line them up into like boxes. More of a narrow front line here. And we'll just see the amount of damage we can impact just firing a volley at their infantry here. At the same time, we'll engage with our retinue. And I realized we didn't even lose that many troops. We lost 4 archers in that last battle. We're actually firing downhill here. This should be devastating. And it actually is. Look at the numbers dropping. And they immediately break. Wow. At the same time, I want to fire at the retinues arriving. Oh, this looks so amazing. Check this out. And one of the flanks is broken. And just the retinues left. And some bandits. I'm not worried about the bandits, though. We'll grab all the archers and tell them to aim at the retinues. Once again, friendly fire. I don't care. Bandits are broken. Engage retinue on retinue plus 1,000 archers. Oh, I've got to hear they come from the right flank. Not messing around. Getting flashbacks of the Braveheart scene. But sir, we'll fire on our own troops. That is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Maybe that's not Braveheart. And there we go. We've won. And then we grab all of our archers and tell the archers to fire on their archers. Archer war. And they've broken. Hey, victory! And we now have claimed the southeast. And you know what? I love retinues, right? And you want to make my retinues bigger? Do you know how to make your retinues bigger? Another settlement. And now I'm going to speed run. Okay, I think I've just bugged this. Bug may have been found here. I can place another manor in a region where I think I'm not meant to place a manor. I could have swear you're only allowed 1 manor per game, but if you level up to a large town, you can place another one. working as intended? I'm not sure. Maybe this will give me an extra retinue. And yep, we've got another retinue. Once again, I don't think you're meant to have more than one, but I do. The beauty of this is my overall army size is larger, so I guess I'm more in a position to fight. Okay, I think I found a glitch here. If you build the garrison towers and don't even fully construct them, you can hire massive retinues. So right now I have 2 full heavy infantries, 160 troops, 1 at 48. That's pretty good. Hey, we're aiming for a big battle, and that's the plan. Go big or go home. The only 2 regions, this one and this one. Is he going to contest it? Of course he is. Battle time. And where is his army coming from? The enemy has been spotted, and they're in the south. Oh, they're coming exactly the right way. I'm actually going to nestle myself right in the woods here. And now I've got 2 infantries with 2 retinues. I feel like I can hold my ground a little bit better. So I'll put the retinues on the front and then group up the archers just behind them. Okay, I feel so much more confident now. More infantry is just going to make this so much more easier. Straight away bombarding these outlaws. These ones are going to get absolutely decimated. These are the weakest of the weakest. And once again, I get a lot of pleasure seeing these arrows absolutely obliterate them. 13, 14, 12, 11, 8, and they're broken. And they're going to charge now directly into my retinues. At the same time, as they're holding, I'm going to turn around with this of the retinue and squeeze into the back. This is the strongest part of their force here, actually. They're destroying my mercs as well, and I can't recruit those back. Turn around, engage, and tell my retinues to push forward. And now they're in a position where their infantry are locked into this position. I can pull back. Can we hit them with more arrows? Yes, we can. So just do it. And once again, they're broken again. And they're broken. Hey, victory! Another location secured. And this is the map. So these 2 regions are unoccupied. It's a good idea to do this because I get the bandits, get influence. And then the final region that he holds is this top right one. Just need 2,000 influence. And we'll be on this final region. And we'll be able to see the final battle. You're going to see some insane numbers. The final battle. I've got 2,000 influence. We've got the mercs. Can't rally anything more. We got a lot of troops. So let's get everyone on the front line and get them where they need to be. Will the archer heavy build with heavy infantry work? We're about to find out. Take a guess, the battle's probably going to happen around here. Move everyone forward, get everyone in position, and then we'll begin to claim the final region. So I've done this before, and when you claim the very final region, the enemy AI will spawn twice as many troops. Yeah. Oh my goodness, look how many. That's an eye-watering amount of troops. Oh. All right. So how are we going to do this? I think what I'm going to do is once again rally all the archers on the front, make a nice long line, and then get the retinues on the front. And they're so exhausted right now, so we need to get them to have rest just a little bit while longer, so when they get into battle, they're going to be a little bit more effective. Surprisingly, it thinks the battle's actually going to happen here. Well, in that case, that's fine. So I have time to rest my retinues, ready for the upcoming battle. Okay, it looks like they've changed direction, so they're going to collide into me here. I'm going to stand ground and then turn my archers around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rally them forward. So many archers to the north. I just have to hope I defeat all the infantry and then I'll be fine. So initially they've clashed in the south there. They've met my retinues, and I've got the other retinues, the 60 ones, to hold the northern strip. Hold, stand your ground. Only issue now is all our armies engaged, and they're pelting me with arrows. This northern militia's been completely decimated with arrows, and they've still got excess troops to fight with. Stop cheering, fire your arrows. Notice the archers stand at the back and kind of cheer. We don't want that. We want them actually be engaging and fighting. And then we're going to cause them to push forward now. We need to make this battle here resolve in our favor before we start turning around and facing more northwards. Push forward. Once again, look, there's guys at the back here just waving their axes around, but luckily they're not my troops. I don't care. Okay, the southern flank look like it's in our favor. However, we're taking some pretty heavy losses. My 71 retinue is ready to engage now, so you need to turn them around quickly and start intercepting these guys in the north. So the southern flank has been won with heavy losses. The pin and engage. Oh, I see, now I say that. I've still got these troops here. Maybe we should just do some heavy collateral damage here. Select the archers, engage. Select the archers, engage. Some of them seem to be okay with the friendly fire, and some of them don't. When I select them, some of them have not got the button for friendly fire. The archers that I've lost, I can redeploy them, and bring and rally with more troops to the front line. Okay, things are looking pretty good now. The only battle that's unresolved is that first engagement to the south. And I'm just going to obliterate them with arrows. And all of our heavy infantry can actually engage. Enemy has been spotted. It's the same archers. And once again, I'm rallying more archers as well. And is it look like it? Have I broke them? Yes, I have. Archers. 1, 2, 3. Missile alert. Hit them with the arrows. Battle of the skirmishers. Oh, absolutely decimated them. Look at the damage. Okay, that's another one down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Engage the archers now. And heavy infantry on the front. And once again, another pelting their archers with my archers. And this seems to be incredibly effective. Archers seem to be vulnerable to archers. That is the counter to an archer. Another archer. And they're broken. Oh, it's looking good. This is the very final militia to defeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm just going to do a sniper war with the archers. Missile alert. Maybe this will give me a defensive bonus against getting hit with arrows. But by the looks of things, these numbers are getting whittled down. 23 now. 22. 19. They're actively charging us. And they're broken. Is that it? Is there any more? It says we're losing the battle. It's because the battle is actually happening here. I'll get everyone to rally to this location. And I'll dig in here. It says we're winning now. And I guess we just have to wait it out. I can look on the map to see if there's any militia roaming around, but I don't think there is. Once again, heavy retinue. They well and truly do pull their weight. Yeah, so all the archers back home. I've disbanded them and re-rallied them once again to get their strength up again. Now, some of them only had 2 archers in. Now I've got the full 27, 25. We're still lacking population a little bit, but at the end of the day, they're way more strength and in more defensive position than they've ever been. The enemy has been spotted, and it is a brand new army at full strength. We have 28 days to win this. You've got to be joking me. Well, I suppose it's for the best that I went back and rallied all my troops, because these guys are going to be desperately needed now. Battle 1 of 2. What I'm actually kind of tempted to do is to get behind this river here. That's actually a really good decision. Yeah, get behind the stream here and have the heavy infantry just behind them. We can push them into the stream. It's interesting as the archers are the first ones to initially engage this time. There's a bit of a sniper war happening now. And once again, they're doing great numbers here. Archers seem to obliterate other archers. You can see them trading arrows now over the stream. All right, so we're taking a big dent out of their archers here. That's good. The initial troops are arriving. And the militia are going over the stream now. I guess we can pull back now. Wait for them to arrive. We initially pull back as well. Okay, we're back into the melee again now. And then the southern flank is now engaged as well. 72 retinue, fully refreshed. And then we've also got the retinue to the north too. The archers are in a really good spot too, so we continue to bombard them with arrows. And they're trying to creep around the back of us here with their own archers. So I think I'm just going to turn around with all my archers and just engage them. And their effectiveness is stupid low. I wonder why it's so low. It was like 40% for a moment there. And now they're getting absolutely obliterated with arrows. No chance of flanking us here. If all the arrows and all the archers are eliminated, I'm just left with the infantry. And then I can engage the archers in melee to help out the retinues. And that's the final one, final 2. And they're broken. Good. This infantry's breaking away. Do we have an opportunity to take shots at them? I have enabled friendly fire though, but they're not firing. Once again, the retinues are pulling their weight here. Look, as you can see, the archers get melted away. But you can see the retinues, they're so high strength. Heavy infantry just holding ground here. And each flank, the east one and the west one here, still holding firm just to the pure power of the retinues. And it's just the flag bearer who's left. And he's down. Meanwhile, eastern flank is in our favor. We are demolishing them. And the western flank is once again still a bit of a grind, but we are winning. And I'm going to tell these guys now to push forward, because this definitely is decisive and we've definitely won this. And these final bits of infantry that are broken away and they're going to get obliterated with arrows. It's like machine gun fire. And now the western flank is in our favor too. So I'm going to tell these guys to push forward. And this is the final scraps of the troop that's left. The final handful of troops. And this is now retinue versus retinue, but with archer fire above head. And that's it. Have we won this? Victory. Yes! Victory! We've done it. No doubt about it. The final battle is a biggie. We're outnumbered. But the power of the heavy infantry was just too much. The retinue's too strong. Done. Guys, if you want more Manor Lords, let me know in the comments below. Tell me what you want me to show, anything about the game or features. I thought a video dedicated to military is what you guys want. Let me know if I was right. Guys, have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.